Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are on 3rd Enoch, chapter 26. Seraphiel, the prince of the seraphim. Description of the seraphim. R. Ishmael said, Metatron the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, above these there is one prince, wonderful, noble, great, honorable, mighty, terrible, a chief and leader, one, and a swift scribe, glorified, honored, and beloved. He is altogether filled with splendor, full of praise and shining, and he is holy, full of brilliance. Holy like as a whole. He's filled with brilliance, of light and of beauty, and the whole of him is filled with goodliness and greatness. His countenance is altogether like that of angels, but his body is like an eagle's body. His splendor is like unto lightnings, his appearance like firebrands, his beauty like unto sparks, his honor like fiery coals, his majesty like cashmals, his radiance like the light, like the light of the planet Venus. The image of him is like unto the greater light. His height is as the seven heavens. The light from his eyebrows is like the sevenfold light. The sapphire stone upon his head is as great as the whole universe, and like unto the splendor of the very heavens in radiance, or shamayim in radiance. His body is full of eyes, like the stars of the sky, innumerable and unsearchable. Every eye is like the planet Venus, yet there are some of them like the lesser light, and some of them like unto the greater light. From his ankles to his knees they are like unto stars of lightnings. From his knees to his thighs like unto the planet Venus. From his thighs to his loins like unto the moon. From his loins to his neck like the sun. From his neck to his skull like unto the light imperishable. And you can find this at Zephaniah III 5. So it's probably 3:5. The crown on his head is like unto the splendor of the throne of glory. The measure of the crown is the distance of 502 years' journey. There is no kind of splendor, no kind of brilliance, no kind of radiance, no kind of light in the universe, but is fixed on that crown. The name of that prince is Seraphiel and the crown on his head, its name is the Prince of Peace. And why is he called by the name of Seraphiel? Because he is appointed over the seraphim, and the flaming seraphim are given in his charge. And he presides over them by day and by night, and teaches them song, praise, proclamation of beauty, might, and majesty, that they may proclaim the beauty of their king in all manner of praise and sanctification. Kedushah. And it's SH twice, so it's Kedushah. How many are the seraphim? 4, corresponding to the 4 winds of the world. And how many wings have they, each one of them? 6, corresponding to the 6 days of creation. And how many faces have they? Each one of them 4 faces. The measure of the seraphim and the height of each one of them correspond to the height of the 7 heavens. The size of each wing is like the measure of all Rakia. The size of each face is like that of the face of the east. And each one of them gives forth light like unto the splendor of the throne of glory, so that not even the Kodesh Kayath, the honored Ophanim, nor the majestic Kerum are able to behold it. For everyone who beholds it, his eyes are darkened because of its great splendor. Why are they called seraphim? Because they burn, Seraph, the writing tables of Satan. Every day, Satan is sitting together with Samael, the prince of Rome, and with Dubiel, like dubious, the prince of Persia, and they write the iniquities of Yasharal on writing tables, which they hand over to the seraphim in order that they may present them before the Kodesh One, blessed be he, so that he may destroy Yasharal from the world. But the seraphim know from the secrets of the Kodesh One, blessed be he, that he desires not that this people, Yasharal, should perish. What do the seraphim every day do? They receive, accept them from the hand of Satan, and bum them in the burning fire over against the high and exalted throne, in order that they may not come before the Kodesh One, blessed be he, at the time when he is sitting upon the throne of judgment, judging the whole world in truth. Chapter 26. It's Roman numerals. I apologize. I'm terrible. Roscoe! Yeah, it's 25. 27, sorry. We just read 26. Okay. Rod Warial, the keeper of the book of records. R. Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel of H, the prince of the present, said to me, above the seraphim there is one prince, exalted above all the princes, wondrous more than all the servants. His name is Rod Warial, H, who is appointed over the treasuries of the books. He fetches forth the case of writings with the book of records in it, and brings it before the Kodesh One, blessed be he. And he breaks the seals of the case, opens it, takes out the books, and delivers them before the Kodesh One, blessed be he. And the Kodesh One, blessed be he, receives them of his hand, and gives them in his sight to the scribes. Roscoe, what are you doing? That they may read them in the great Bet Dinth Rakia before the heavenly household. And why is he called Rod Warial? Because out of every word that goes forth from his mouth, an angel is created. Wow. And he stands in the songs, in the singing company of the ministering angels, and utters a song before the Kodesh One, blessed be he, when the time draws nigh for the recitation of the thrice Kodesh. Chapter 28. The Irin and Kadeshim. R. Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, above all these there are 4 great princes, Irin and Kadeshim by name, high, honored, revered, beloved, wonderful, glorious ones, greater than all the children of heaven or Shamayim. There is none like unto them, all the celestial princes, and none their equal among all the servants, for each one of them is equal to all the rest together. And their dwelling is over against the throne of glory, and their standing place over against the Kodesh One, blessed be he, so that the brilliance of their dwelling is a reflection of the brilliance of the throne of glory, and the splendor of their countenance is a reflection of the splendor of Shekinah. And they are glorified by the glory of fourth divine majesty, Geburah, and praised through the praise of Shekinah. And not only that, but the Kodesh One, blessed be he, does nothing in his world without first consulting them. But after he doeth it, as it is written, Daniel IV. 17, the sentence is by the decree of the Irin and the demand of the word of the Kadeshin. The Urin are two, and the Kadeshin are 2. And how are they standing before the Kodesh One, blessed be he? It is to be understood that one ear, its IR, is standing on one side, and the other IR on the other side. And one Kaddish is standing on one side and the other on the other side. And ever do they exalt the humble, and they abase to the ground those that are proud, and they exalt to the height those that are humble. And every day as the Kodesh One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment and judges the whole world, and the books of the living and the books of the dead are opened before Him. Then all the children of heaven, or Shamayim, are standing before Him in fear, dread, awe, and trembling. At that time, when the Kodesh One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment to execute judgment, His garment is white as snow, the hair on His head as pure wool, and the whole of His cloak is like the shining light, and He is covered with righteousness all over as with a coat of mail. That's like the armor they used to wear back like during the Knights Templar, that type of thing. Alright, babe.
Well, there's one hamburger.
Oh.
Yeah, and the doubles are 4, so I just got one. If you want to eat it, you can.
Alright, baby. Okay. And those thank you, and Kadeshin.
I was getting hungry and I was like, well, I had to walk them all the way back.
Sorry, are standing before Him like court officers before the judge. I'm happy I checked. And they raise and argue every case and close the case that comes before the Kodesh One, blessed be He, in judgment, according as it is written. Daniel, IV, I'm not good with Roman numerals, sorry. IV period 17. The sentence is by the decree of IRM, and the demand by the word of the Kadeshin. Some of them argue, and others pass the sentence in the great Beth Din in Erebath. Some of them make the request from before the divine majesty, and some close the cases before the Most High. Others finish by going down and confirming, executing the sentences on earth below. According as it is written, Daniel, IV, period 13 and 14, Behold, an and a Kaddish came down from heaven, or Shamayim, and cried aloud and said thus, Hew down the tree and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it, and the fowls from his branches. Why are they called Irin and Kadeshin? By reason that they sanctify the body and the spirit with lashes of fire on the third day of judgment, as it is written, Hosea the 2. So that's probably 6:2. After 2 days will He revive us. On the third He will raise us up, and we shall live before Him. Okay. Next time we will be reading 3 or 4 of these. Next time we'll be reading 29, 30, 31, and 32. And then we'll be almost done with 3rd Enoch. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now it's time to praise Yahuah. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Yahuah is with me. If Yahuah is with me, then who can be against me? Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuah. Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuah. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Yahuah Baruch you. Shalom and blessings.